One of the biggest challenges for a private music teacher is keeping a student long term. So what are the tricks from keeping a student from quitting? Here are 9 tips to keep students long term. Hey fellow piano teachers, Kathy Kerr here, pianist, educator, and author and founder of Melody Music Publishers. My video channel is for you, the music teacher, to help you do what you love, teach. Each video will have a new tip just for you, so please smash that subscribe and notification button below to never miss out on a video. When students quit soon after signing up, building a roster of students is difficult, making it a challenge to make a living. There will be those students whose destiny is to sing or play an instrument, so no matter how you teach them, they will be long-term. Then there are the students who not only dislike music, they don't even like the sound of it. And no matter what you do right, they will not stay with you long. So let's talk about the middle-ranged music students that most fall into, those that have some desire to learn to sing or play an instrument. By teaching them correctly, you could potentially have a student for years. Don't be a music teacher just to make money when performances are rare. Or think you could be a music teacher just because you can play a few songs. There is much more to being a music instructor than you may realize. You must have a passion for teaching and excitement for students to learn, or it will become a drudgery. If your students feel you're not enjoying teaching, they won't enjoy learning from you. The first critical factor in teaching is getting to know your students. If you're still watching this video, I assume you love to teach, as I do. The great thing about teaching private lessons is how each student is unique. Figure out what makes them tick, their strengths, their weaknesses. What do they love to do outside of music? Are they a perfectionist, the most challenging type of student to teach? Are they analytical, mathematical minded, or do they love to create? How do they learn best? Is it by listening, reading, doing, or watching? Knowing their personality, learning style, and what they love to do helps you match what you're teaching to how they learn. It also makes the music student feel you know them and will be more endeared to you as a teacher. Who doesn't want someone to know them well? When I first started teaching, I thought making lessons fun was an obvious point, but I soon learned that not all instructors do this. I laugh and occasionally joke with the student while maintaining control and staying on point in the lesson. When the music student makes a mistake, I make it light. The less tension the student feels, the better they'll do. And I never get mad or frustrated when a student makes mistakes. That's part of the process, and the student should know you'll never get upset at them. I tell my students that making a mistake can be a good thing, as they learn twice as much. Let the music student know it's okay to make a mistake, and that, in fact, they likely will. If you want to have a student running for the hills after the first lesson, overwhelm them. I tell my staff to make the first lesson simple, with one nugget of information they can learn. If the student is a quick learner, you'll know by the second lesson and you can increase the pace. But if the student leaves confused and frustrated, they'll blame it on themselves for not understanding and will probably quit. Teach in a clear step-by-step method with plenty of repetition from the beginning and throughout your time with them. Be excited about any little achievement they make. Even small achievements can make a student excited and want to continue learning. Ask your student questions to ensure they understand every new concept you teach. Don't assume they know what you're talking about. I ask my students way more questions than they ask of me in a lesson. This is one of the most critical points. I wrote a blog earlier on how to motivate your student to practice. I encourage you to read it. Practicing can be one of the biggest challenges for a private music teacher, but one thing I know doesn't work is guilting them into practice. Making them feel bad when they haven't practiced will only make them hate the lessons. Students already feel bad, so they'll probably just quit. A child without parents who make them stick with it will probably quit. When a student doesn't practice, I tell them it's okay and try to practice more the following week. Nothing can be done about the previous week anyway, so why make them feel bad about it? Have them focus on the future instead of the past. Sometimes it's a legitimate reason for not practicing, but if it's a weekly occurrence, you may want to find out why they're not practicing. One reason could be not understanding the assignments. They may not know what to practice, so make sure you give clear instructions on what they should practice.
or maybe they had a busy schedule. I encourage students of any age to schedule their practice time so it becomes routine in their life. Whatever you do, make practicing a positive thing in their life. And never say, "You're wasting my time and your parents' money," to a young student. Even if they don't practice or seem to enjoy the lessons, what you're teaching them will stay with them forever. You never know what your lessons will inspire the young student in their life.
My students know I won't pass an assignment unless it's done correctly. This encourages them to do their best in practice, so I will pass it.
If your student does a good job, let them know you're happy with their accomplishments. If they didn't meet your standards to pass, let them know to work on it another week without it being a browbeating session. Keep in mind their limitations when passing or not passing. I will not be as critical of a beginner or slower paced student as someone more advanced or a quick learner. It's essential for the beginning student to feel a sense of accomplishment.
One of the biggest complaints I get from students that took lessons previously is their instructor would cancel a lot or be late. If you want music students long term, you must be committed to their lesson time and be on time.
Canceling a lesson should be rare and only for unavoidable circumstances. And if you do have to cancel, let them know as far in advance as possible. Showing your commitment to the lessons will likewise help the student be committed and have consistent attendance, which helps in their learning progress.
Having the right curriculum that offers a step-by-step format is crucial. Choose the book series that fits your teaching style the best and what you feel is best for your students.
Our Drill and Excel on the Piano series includes everything a piano student needs in an easy-to-follow step-by-step format, including plenty of repetition so the student can master each level. Teachers can register to receive free shipping and 50% off the first copy and 20% off recurring orders for students.
And finally, remind them how much they've learned and how far they've come. This doesn't have to be done weekly or it will lose its effect, but when you feel the student needs encouraging or when they've accomplished something challenging.
I sometimes have the student play a previous assignment they thought was so difficult so they can see how far they've come. The most vital part of teaching beginning students to keep them long term is making them feel good about their progress and accomplishments.
I hope this tip helps you to be the best music teacher ever.